Hey guys, we are super late this week with the card reading. I know it's Wednesday and I was considering not putting it up thinking like you guys wouldn't notice, but I have received so many messages about it, so I figured better late than never, right? So let's do it for this week. We are using the Saints and Angel cards deck by Doreen Virtue, which is great for those of you who are recovering Catholics, like myself, that that you still connect to the Bible and to Jesus and all that. These are, or even just Catholicism, because they have a lot of the angels in here, all the saints that are in the Bible, which is really nice. So this may feel, and I think anybody who's kind of having a hard time with believing that there was mysticism in the Bible will find these cards helpful, because it explains in the little book like a lot of these saints and like how they were mystics and healers and all that kind of stuff. So I think you would enjoy that. That's why I have them. Okay, so you know the drill. You're gonna ask yourself a question and I am going to pull two cards, and then you're going to decide which card is there to answer your question, either card number 1 or card number 2, okay? So card number 1, Saint Francis of Assisi. And this, okay, animals. So this card to me is about going into nature, getting outside of your regular circle, like making sure, and that can mean just like getting out of your comfort zone. That can mean like going outside of like what you typically do, but also just remembering that it's summertime, and to make sure that you're going out and that you're connecting with nature, that you're seeing what it does for you, like whether it be connecting with an animal or being with trees or whatever, and just like seeing how like connecting the dots to see like that how that relaxes you and what it does for you and what it does for your soul. So that's what this card is about. If you're asking a question and you're wondering like what this means in a broader way, this to me is about, you have to know what are your self-care to-dos. Like, what are the things, like, in order to make this decision based off like what you're asking, you have to understand like what is it that brings you back to center? What is it that calms you? What is it that brings you and grounds you back into yourself? And that may be working out, that may be going for a run, that may be eating well, or whatever it may be. But that in order to make this decision that you're asking about, you have to know those things for yourself. You have to do them, get to a clear place, and then make the decision. So in a greater way, like that's what this card means, okay? Cool. So let's go with card number 2. We got a lot of animals today. Sweetness. The animals are with us today, which, oh, you guys, I don't know if you know that my dog, I had to put her down, so it kind of makes me feel like she's with us. Put her down about a week and a half ago. Okay, sweetness. So this is about being kind to yourself, really noticing that in order to ask yourself of stuff, that you have to make sure that you're giving to yourself, and that you're being kind to yourself. So really, whatever you're asking yourself, putting this question first, like if I loved myself, if I didn't always blame myself, like what would be my answer? So always kind of noticing that sometimes we're very harsh on ourselves, and while that's beautiful because it allows us to succeed, and it allows us to move forward, and it's not that we want to take that away from us, but noticing that sometimes it's a little too much. So how can I tone it down a little bit, and then ask the question, and then ask like what is right for me, but having a little bit of a sweeter tone with ourselves. It's also just about seeing the beauty in life, and being less serious, and not taking everything so seriously. And it's summertime, it's fun, it's beautiful, it's sun outside. So remembering to tone it down a little bit, right? Like to just tone it down, to be soft and a little bit kinder and compassionate during this time, rather than going at it like so strong and so harsh. So we're moving into like a feminine time in our consciousness anyways. So just learning to function from that place rather than the like the tyrant place. So that's what this this card's about, and like you'll be able to get the right answer for you if you were to tone it down. It's not to get down to like this self-indulgent place, like, oh, whatever, nothing matters, or like let her do whatever. But it's like a little bit of an even, like coming to a place where like you're being the good self-mothering, and you're having that good tone where it's a little bit sweeter, it's a little bit more compassionate, and it's less shameful and guilt-ridden. So coming from that place and then asking yourself the question, okay? So yeah, that's what we have for this week. I hope you enjoyed it. And thanks for watching, and always reminding me that you really are watching. See you next week.